took work off. Sorry, Dr. Kemsley, I took a sick day. I'm not sick. I'm not sick, Dr. Kemsley. Love you, but go Tigers. We had to do this one.
Now, the work ain't over just yet. Saturday is game 1 of the ALDS. Tigers in Seattle taking on those Mariners, and it is on Fox. Reporting here in downtown Cleveland, Lauren Edwards on The Edge.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, right now we have some breaking news from the state capitol where House lawmakers passed a budget bill about an hour ago. It passed by a landslide, 101-8. The legislation would fund most of the government, with a major exception being school aid and school lunch programs. The bill now heads to the state Senate tomorrow morning before Governor Gretchen Whitmer can sign it into law. Make sure you stay with us on air and online for updates.
Tonight, truck drivers headed to Canada can expect delays at the Ambassador Bridge. Canada's Border Services Agency says there was a system outage, but it's since been resolved. A similar backup was seen this afternoon at the Blue Water Bridge in Port Huron.
An 8-year-old is recovering tonight after being hit by a car this afternoon in Detroit. Police say the child tried to cross 2nd Avenue at Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, but the crosswalk signal, it wasn't activated. And that's when a car, which had the right-of-way, struck the child. Officers say the driver is cooperating with police. The child is now back home with family.
Oakland County investigators working to find out what caused a woman to lose control of her SUV and flip over in Auburn Hills. Police say she died in the crash this afternoon on South Boulevard between Nichols and Squirrel. Witnesses say the victim was heading east when she started swerving. The road was closed for hours as crews cleared that scene. Well, money and support keep rolling into Grand Blanc. One fundraising page getting some serious attention.
And that's because it's actually for the shooter's family. And Fox News' Jessica Dupnack joining us now live. And, you know, Jessica, a lot of people are wondering, what about the victims' families? Are there any pages for that?
There are quite a few for the victims' families, but this is one of those headlines where you got to read over a couple of times, because kind of the twist here, the guy that started this, David Butler, he's from Utah. He is a member of the LDS church. He said, you know what? It dawned on him to do the, quote, right thing and start a fundraising page specifically for the shooter's wife and young son. And so far, it's been incredibly successful, raising $320,000.
Do you identify at all with the wife and the son, or is there any sort of soft spot that you have for them in particular?
There's at least one child here, and a child who has serious health issues, and like now he's fatherless, right? And what is he going to know about his father? And oh my God, right? Like, does he know now?
There's always going to be critics, of course. We can't escape them. What would you say to people who would maybe say, you know, just give that money to the LDS Church?
I have been told I am incentivizing people to murder Mormons because they'll think we're going to go fund me for them if they kill Mormons. First of all, I'm a writer. I've been getting bad reviews for 15 years. This is not even the worst. Look, the ratio of light and love and giving and joy to these sort of, obnoxious reactions is about 100-to-1.
There's a lot of misconceptions, I think, about the LDS Church. I think that we've seen on TV, that we've read in the papers. What is this movement that you're doing kind of break some of maybe those misconceptions that the LDS Church has had?
I think I have happened to be the person that sort of provided this suddenly high-profile opportunity, right? And I think it shows that we are the same. And yeah, there are differences. There are differences between me and the next Mormon guy, right? But there's so much to be gained from focusing on what we share.
There is a lot of support. When he first started this page, in the first 12 hours, it raised $100,000. There's been some 8,000 donors, and a lot of them, incredibly, are from the LDS Church community. Reporting live, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Well, certainly the children of the shooter had, nothing to do with what happened and the tragedy that unfolded, and they'll be victimized or facing their own trauma for years to come. So certainly you can have a heart, some empathy for that situation as well. But did get a lot of people talking. Thanks for that information, Jess.
I'm meteorologist Rick Slutem. It's remarkable how day after day there's so little weather going on in the central Great Lakes. Now, obviously, this pattern is going to change at some point. It looks like it's going to be Tuesday of next week. But for the time being, it's more of the same. Yes, some fair weather clouds crossing through Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Michigan, but nothing really coming out of those clouds. The quiet weather remains. Look at these daytime highs. For us, 77. There's Chicago, 85. Even way up there, Houghton, Michigan, in the Keweenaw, 82 degrees, 87 Minneapolis. We are going to see numbers in the 80s starting tomorrow. 77 and 50, your official high and low. Notice the averages now slipping. 68 on the high side, 49 on the low side. There's that sunset getting earlier as well. 60 in Lansing, 52 in Ann Arbor, 58 Mount Clemens, 55 in Pontiac. Not much of a breeze out there, really, but the cool spots are up north. Bad Axe, 49. There's Alpena, 48 degrees, still 62 in Traverse City. High pressure. It's sitting there out near Boston and New York. It's not going to move a lot over the next couple of days. As a result, these warmer numbers come our way and stick around for the weekend and beyond into Monday. Comfortable for the rest of tonight, down to 53. Tomorrow, there it is, mostly sunny, warmer. Afternoon high of 82. It gets even warmer for Saturday and Sunday. Monday as well. There's our next cold front for Tuesday with spotty showers. And then the middle part of next week, it's going to look and feel like October around here. Rupen Taryn, another check at 4 a.m.
Thanks, Rich. Swifties all across Metro Detroit are counting down the minutes until Taylor Swift's new album drops.
And Target is actually offering an exclusive midnight release special of The Life of a Showgirl. Fox News' Dave Kinchin joins us live from Troy. And Dave, are there a lot of Swifties out there? No, it's empty.
You know, they're lining up inside the store. That's what we know. This right here is the hottest ticket in town. This is what everyone's been lining up for. Taylor Swift, October 3rd, of course, at MIT 1 at midnight. This Target store here on Coolidge Highway in Troy is one of 500. We'll go to video right now. One of 500 stores with a special edition release of The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor Swift's latest album, dropping at midnight. This ticket says the ticket's valid to reserve one copy of The Life of a Showgirl. The Crowd is Your King edition on vinyl for purchase within 1 hour of that album release. Now, this is a deal that Taylor Swift's team put together with Target, as far as we know here. There are some other goodies that are related to this release that are exclusives. The vinyl is something that is coming back. Vinyl albums are coming back right now, and so even though this is the streaming age, a lot of people want this album. A lot of Swifties want this album on vinyl. Now, we did talk with some of those fans earlier in the night, those Swifties. Hear what they had to say. Taylor Swift mean to you in this day and age after all these years?
I think, like, I've been listening to Taylor Swift since I was like 3 years old, and now being like 17, I think that it's just like, I feel like I've grown up listening to Taylor Swift, and I feel like I can relate to her at every like point in my life. Midnight,
if you got in line, what do you think?
I probably won't come at midnight, but I'm excited to stream it tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of people will be streaming it. We'll have to see if Spotify and all the other streaming services, if they stay online or if they crash because of all the anticipation for this record. You'll recall that Taylor Swift and her now fiance, Travis Kelce, announced the album on the podcast that he has with his brother Jason Kelce. That was back in August. I'm not going to say the date yet because I think it was August 13th. Swifties, don't come after me. Anyway, yeah, I believe that's the date. So there's been widespread anticipation for this. And back then, of course, she unveiled what the vinyl sleeve would look like, too. So, again, that's the deal out there with Target and that album dropping at midnight. Reporting live in Troy, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News, On the Edge.
Yeah, you're a music guy. I mean, you're literally the guy in the newsroom everyone turns to when it comes to music stuff. I find the whole vinyl thing awesome because we bought a record player on purpose. Obviously on purpose, not by mistake, but because we wanted to get records and start listening to them again. There's something really special about taking a record, whether it be if you love Taylor Swift or whoever, and putting that down and just hearing that sound. It's different for sure.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time on the Rock of Nations with Dave and Shane podcast. We went to Third Man Records where they press records from all over the place there. I think they did like 8 albums in 30 seconds. It's crazy to see it happening. It's really an impressive process. And, you know, the albums used to be a lot better in the 70s because there was more lead in the production. Not anymore now, but still, a lot of people absolutely love that feel and that sound, no doubt.
What was impressive is you dropping the name of your podcast while you're doing a live shot. I'm impressed. Dave Kinchin for us. We thank you for that live report, my friend. See you back here.
Even now, just looking down and not seeing it is like it's a big shock.
Police in California are digging for clues after a beloved dinosaur statue was stolen in plain sight. Why the community can't wrap their minds around it. Coming up on The Edge.